Hey Hoopheads, Brad here with another breakdown, and today I want to talk to you about the Raptors defense and their 122-118 win over the Wizards. The Raps had 6 players in double figures in this one, including Kyle Lowry with 26 and Serge Ibaka with 23. And they are back to looking like their old selves again after a couple tough games returning from injury. And it's a good thing too, because the Raptors were without Pascal, Gasol, and Powell this game, and they might be for a while. Let's get into it. The Wizards' primary offensive weapon is Bradley Beal. Patrick McCaw was tasked with guarding him, but every time Beal got past him, somebody was waiting to help out. Here, as Beal comes off the screen, Fred VanVleet rotates over from Isaiah Thomas. That's going to send OG Anunoby up to IT, and Fred VanVleet crosses all the way to the corner. Bonga tries to attack the rim, but Serge is there on the back line of the defense to shut it down, and Serge had a great game defensively protecting the rim this game. On this play, Beal and Mahinmi with a little bit of two-man game. Lowry gets hung up on the Mahinmi screen. Fred rotates over, then OG rotates over to Fred's man. IT tries to take OG off the dribble, but that's not happening. OG shuts him down, blocks it out of bounds. Good rotations by the Raptors. Now Jan Mahinmi blows the dribble handoff. Pat McCaw is there to scoop it up and take it the other way for an easy bucket. Now Fred with some pretty nice defense up top on IT. Thomas gets a step on him off the screen, but then Serge Ibaka is laying back in the paint, making Thomas second guess coming into the lane. Fred VanVleet's able to get back into the play and bother this floater attempt. Now Lowry and Fred with a seamless switch here on Bradley Beal. Then Beal throws the pass to the big man at the free throw line. OG almost picks it off. Nice work. The pass goes to Brown under the basket. Lowry's there, but Serge comes over with the help. The monster block out of bounds. Serge Ibaka patrolling the paint with ferocity. Here, Bradley Beal tries to attack Serge in transition. Nothing there, so he kicks it out to Ish Smith. Ish Smith has the same idea, but Serge shuts that down too. Ball goes back out to the perimeter. Then OG and Davis execute a nice switch in the two-man game. Great ball pressure. OG tips it, hustles, dives out of bounds, almost saves it. That's great work, great hustle by OG. Then on the ensuing inbound play, only 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Bradley Beal catches it, but Lowry and Rondae are there. He can't even get a shot up, and that's a turnover. Now the Raptors throw 2 bodies at Beal. He drops it down to Admiral Schofield, but Serge is there on the back line to challenge this shot. Great play by Serge. Wizards almost get the putback on a nice box out, but great initial challenge from Serge there. Here's some nice initial containment on the ball by Kyle Lowry. Then the ball's going to go over to Bonga, and Rondae needs to close out shorter than this. It's Bonga. He's not a lethal three-point shooter. You can't get blown by. But as Bonga gets closer to the rim, check out the 3 Raptors defenders converging. They put up a wall. Bonga can't pass out of it. He throws it right out of bounds. Great help defense by the Raptors. This is great perimeter defense by the Raptors. Check out the 3 guys at the top here moving on a string. Miller with the nice ball denial on the first screen. Then Davis Bertans comes off the screen. Rondae gets a little hung up, but Boucher switches onto Bertans, and then Rondae does a great job of getting back into the play on this pass. This gives Boucher time to rotate and challenge this shot, and that's great help D by the Raps. On this play, as Bertans comes off the screen, check out Boucher stepping up, and Bertans thinks twice about shooting this shot. He tries to pass down low, but great work by Malcolm Miller to rotate over, put pressure on this catch, and block the ball away. Now as Bertans tries to get to the rim, check out Boucher turning him back. Great shot contest. The Wizards get the offensive board, and Troy Brown tries to attack the rim and dish out, but Kyle Lowry is there. He draws the charge on the kick out, and that's a sight Raptors fans are used to seeing from Kyle Lowry. And now OG on Ish Smith, who had a perfect shooting night, but OG uses his great footwork to stay with him, pokes the ball away. It lands in Davis Bertans' hands. He's a little bit off balance because of OG's defense, throws it out of bounds. Here the Wizards are pushing it in transition, and that throws the Raptors matchups a little bit off. As Thomas throws this hit-ahead pass to Troy Brown, Serge Ibaka is going to rotate onto Brown, and check out Patrick McCaw, who's supposed to be guarding Isaiah Thomas, but he's going to see Jan Mahinmi streaking toward the basket, breaks up the play, and that's great awareness by Patrick McCaw. Now OG with some nice initial defense on Isaiah Thomas, keeping him in front of him. Check out OG just blowing up this Jan Mahinmi screen. Then as the ball goes to the other side, Bradley Beal gets a step on Patrick McCaw, but Serge Ibaka is there once again to block the shot and corral it. Raptors defense firing on all cylinders in the first half. Now as Davis Bertans comes off the screen, check out Lowry working hard to get over it. Serge and Lowry are both there to bother Bertans on the catch. He has to rush the pass to Mahimi, it goes through his hands, and that's another turnover. This is just a nice bit of awareness by OG Anunoby. He's not so lost in his guy that he doesn't notice it's Bradley Beal coming off the screen, gets over and puts a hand up on the shot. And now with time running out in the first half, Beal attacks the basket and drops the pass off to Jan Mahimi. He bobbles it. What else is new? Serge Ibaka, monster block to end the half. Here are the Raptors with a nice bit of ball pressure off the top. And then check out the ball denial by OG Anunoby. Won't even let Isak Bonga catch the ball. And then if you watch the game, you know OG was getting beat up all game. He had to have multiple official timeouts for bleeding. And so when the refs get this call wrong, call it out on Bonga, he's really relishing it. He's getting in Bonga's face, bothering him a little bit. And I really enjoyed that. Here, as Fred blows the layup, I want to check out Pat McCaw. Jan Mahimi gets the board, and you know he's not going to bring the ball up the court. The only other option is Isaiah Thomas, who's pretty close to being covered, and Bradley Beal. And Patrick McCaw just takes a step towards Beal. This makes Jan Mahimi hesitate, but he's already picked up his dribble. Takes an extra step, and that's a travel. Great awareness and attention to detail by Pat McCaw. Here, Schofield and Beal trying to run a little two-man game. Fred VanVleet does a nice job to break it up. This is actually out off Washington too. Now with time running out in the third quarter, Bradley Beal gets a step on Malcolm Miller. He gets into the lane, he kicks it out, but both Miller and Davis close out here. Troy Brown hesitates, then gets rid of the ball, but it's too late. Ish Smith can't get the shot off in time, and that's a shot clock violation. And if Davis and Miller don't close out there, Brown is just going to put up that shot, but instead they force the turnover. Now, start of the fourth quarter, first possession, the Raptors are putting some pressure on at the top. Lowry is assigned to guard Davis Bertans, and he does a great job of getting into him and eventually forces this turnover. The second half had some rough defensive moments for the Raptors. Check out this one. Terrence Davis gets a step too far to the right, and as Brad Beal comes off the screen, there's nobody there to slow him down. Then as Boucher switches on to Ish Smith just crosses him up and gets right to the rim. Nice try by Boucher, but he just got killed on that one. Now a better play as Ish Smith comes off the screen. Check out Serge drop, just containing him, keeping an eye on him, shadowing him as he moves through the paint. This prevents Smith from getting comfortable enough to put up a shot. The ball goes out to Brown, and as he attacks, Serge is still there on the back line, and he makes him pay, gets the block, and recovers the ball. Now a less stellar move from Serge. It's okay being in drop coverage against Ish Smith, but you can't do it against Brad Beal because he's going to jack up a three just like this. And Beal was cooking in the second half, so when he comes off this screen, both Raptors defenders go with him. This leaves Schofield open for the three. Fred gets out with a pretty decent challenge, but it goes in, and that's just kind of living life with double teaming somebody. And here, check out OG Anunoby as Bradley Beal whips this pass to Troy Brown. OG is going to run out towards the corner instead of dropping down towards the baseline, and this gives Troy Brown a direct line to the basket. Here, the Raptors lose Ish Smith in transition, and he bangs a three, and that's not the worst thing in the world because Beal and Bertans are also on the floor. You got to worry about them, but it would have been nice to get a hand up at least. And now on the very next possession, some pretty good D by the Raptors. Check out Pat McCaw getting over this screen. Nice work, nice help from Serge. Then the ball's going to come over to Thomas, and nice work by OG and Fred to contain him. The ball goes to Ish Smith. OG plays pretty great one-on-one defense on him, challenges the shot. It goes in anyways, but that's a pretty solid possession. Here, McCaw does a nice job of negotiating the screen, getting a hand up on Bradley Beal. Good work avoiding the foul. And now with 24 seconds left, the Wizards are inbounding. You can see OG calling for Serge Ibaka to switch on to Bradley Beal. For some reason, Serge just doesn't get to Beal's body. Then he's left for a tough closeout, escape dribble from Brad Beal, and he nails the three. It's a 2-point ball game. The Raptors would hold on and close this one out, but close call in the second half. And that's what's going to happen if the Raptors are going to be down 3 of their top 7 guys. Overall, a pretty solid win. Definitely some room for improvement. But when you're this injury riddled, you'll take every win you can get. Thanks for watching, and if you want to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button and let me know what you thought of the Raptors' shorthanded defense in the comments.